Very odd time to stream. But I'm on vacation, so it doesn't matter, does it? So expect longer or more streams over the next few days. But anyway, we have a bunch of side quests to get to, right? Let's see. Artem sure seems to have taken a liking to the rest lodge. It's no surprise. Edel's very nice, and it seems like Jilben will play with him on occasion. I feel bad he's bothering them when they must be busy, but it's also nice to know that there are such kind people around here. It's just as well that he's making friends. We might as well not be able to go back home for a while. Edel is out running errands, so I'm watering her plants for her today. It's easy work. Luckily, I'm sure even Artem could do this. Okay, I think this is how Edel said to do it. Grow flowers, grow. Grow flowers, grow! Yep, she said if you give them water like that every single day, the most amazing pretty flowers will bloom. Isn't that cool? Hey Mommy, do you think we could get flowers like this back home? I don't know. Maybe we can ask Edel what she thinks. When she gets back, she might give you some seeds so you can grow some of these yourself. Yeah, let's ask her. Hey, guess what? Edel taught me all about the proper way to water plants. I wonder if flowers will even grow in my village if I take care of them like she told me. I'll ask Edel when she gets back. Maybe she'll know. Quest. Oh, hey, Rains. Oh, if it isn't the Ashen Chevalier, in Class 7 too. I take it you're reporting for the Crossbell Times right now? Actually, I accompanied Grace here. But, things sure are taking a while. Guess this means the deal's not going too well. Alright, I've got to say that's got me kinda curious. That so? Well, it's not exactly unrelated to you all, if I'm being honest. So, if you'd like, why don't you head upstairs? We'll do that. It might be worth seeing who is upstairs. Grace is working on a deal with a certain someone right now. Might even have to do with the Ashen Chevalier if you catch my drift. Perhaps you should take a look around upstairs. Welcome to the Nokrest Lodge. I should feel so nervous being left in charge of the place. Edel's in here right now. She left on an important errand this morning. I think she's meeting up with a friend in Lee's, but that's all I know. The least we could do is keep this place up and running while she's gone, after all she's done for us. If it wasn't for Edel, me and the family would probably be sleeping in some ditch somewhere by now. The least we can do is keep this place up and running while she's gone, after all she's done for us. So let me know if there's anything you need. We have no money. Now we have slightly more money, but still pretty much no money. Oh. Interesting group. Oh, it's you guys. Instructor Thomas and the lady from the Crossbell Times. Good to see you two again. Reen, Toa, it's been quite some time. It seems I just missed you and Aaron. Like ships passing in the night, aren't we? Yeah, Gaius and Rosine told us you'd been there. So, who's your friend over there? I've seen you around, but I don't think we've ever actually spoken. Those eyes. He must be blind.
I had better make a formal introduction.
Marcel Nielsen. Also, we're using
I am
voice
Marcel
actors again.
Nielsen, freelance journalist.
Of course, I'd already heard all about you. The redoubtable Miss Herschel, Class 7, and the Ashen Chevalier alike. Or perhaps it would be more accurate to call you the ultimate sacrifice of the Great Twilight? How do you know that? Knowing things is his business. Marcel taught me everything I know about journalism. He's even won the Pulitzer Prize, several years in a row at that. He covered the mysterious incidents in Liberl, the DG cult incident, even the annexation of Crossbell. Wow, that's an impressive resume. I remember hearing about you, but What are you doing here with Grace and Instructor Thomas? Well, first off, allow me to apologize for not helping you during that little incident on the Pantagruel. You see, there was a certain something I had been searching for at that time. An artifact passed down through the Imperial family, the final volume of the Black Records. You mean the secret books you and Reen were deciphering? Between flame and earth, the wavering darkness begins to spin the tale of the end. First, the conflict of the great gods of the second pillar. Second, the fusion of earth and flame. Third, the beginning of the 1,000-year city and the acceptance of the Graal. Fourth, the disappearance of the Holy Beast and the catastrophe of the Whispering Dragons. Fifth, the recapture of the capital and the Vermilion Curse. Sixth, the Lion's War and the sacrifice of the Holy Maiden. Seventh, the appearance of the giant pillar in the north and the unwanted child. Eighth, the sacrifice of the village and the 100 Days campaign. Ninth, the great blue tree to the east and the appearance of the cursed castle. Thus the 1,000-year-old wish was fulfilled. When the sacrifice is made and the ancient blood flows, the path to the Graal of Erebos shall open. When the tainted holy beast is pierced by the blade of World's End, and its blood fills the Graal, the great twilight shall fall upon the land. So there's actually more to it than that? That's what His Majesty told me when I visited him at St. Ursula. There's an additional volume relating to what will happen after the Great Twilight. Sadly, His Majesty never read it himself. Oh, it can record even the future? That's artifacts for you. They operate on a whole different kind of logic. All that stuff about the recluse cube back in the burrow? Whoosh, right over my head. I think all of us are at a loss over it, to tell you the truth. Lucky for us, Mr. Nielsen already gotten hold of that last volume, right? Huh? Ooh, right on the money. My, this must be the work of the Eight Leaves School's famous unclouded eye technique, no? It's as you say, I possess the final volume. It took a month of searching all throughout the Empire. And curiously enough, though my own eyes are themselves clouded, I can still read the contents of the book. That this is the final volume of the Black Records is an unmistakable fact. Naturally, once I heard about it, I set about negotiating a trade. In the end, we settled on a very simple condition. All you have to do, Reen, is give Marcel an interview. Huh? Me? But don't worry, I don't actually plan on publishing it. I've already pieced together a few basic facts from your lineage alone, as well as the unfortunate position you've been placed in. Nevertheless, it's in my nature to seek out the truth. I want to find out exactly what's going on here in Erebonia. And what better way to get said truth than to ask one of the people directly involved? Everything I've heard puts you at the center of all the strange happenings that have occurred here over the past few years. I'd be happy to give you the last of the Black Records in return for answering a few of my questions. Reen. Goodness me, Wazy told me you were perceptive, but it's rather unnerving just how much you already know. What do you say, Reen? The decision ultimately lies with you. The war is only 5 days away. This could help allay the situation, if only a little. I guess so. Yeah, let's save. Sorry, this is all just so sudden. I'm going to need a moment to think it over. Of course, I understand how busy you must be. The offer still stands, so let me know if you decide one way or the other. Talk. That's the same exact dialogue. Alright, you can ask me anything you want. You have my thanks. I really appreciate this, Reen. Hey, do you mind if I sit in on the interview? I'm joining in too. No journalist worth their salt would let a chance like this get away. Hey, how's it going, Chessmaster? I'm officially on vacation, so I can stream early in the day. Toa, Thomas, and Grace remained in the room while everyone else left to wait outside. Thus, did Reen's interview with the blind journalist then begin. Interview with Nielsen started. Now, Reen, I understand that Thomas was your history teacher. And given Miss Herschel's grandfather's expertise, I'm certain she knows her fair share as well. So I'd like to press right on and get to the heart of the matter, if that's alright with you. Yeah, sure. I have to admit, I'm feeling a little nervous. You can go ahead and start. And start whenever you're ready. Can't let my nerves get to me. Let's begin with a quick synopsis, then. As it stands, the Great Twilight Phenomena is currently enveloping the whole of the Empire. The force behind it is called Operation Jormungand, while the resistance against them is referred to as Mille Mirage. Moreover, the key factors of this entire dilemma are the 7 Divine Knights, as well as the 2 Septarians they had been forged from. A great number of implications behind these behind these events are too much for humanity at large to handle. Make the history of our entire species feel trivial, meaningless even. But if we seek out these truths with an open mind, I believe there's more awaiting us than mere existential dread. What's happening here goes beyond just Erebonia. There are a myriad of different factors at play. There are? I see. Sounds like this is about to get deep. Just how much does this guy know? One of those factors is, of course, the Erebonian Empire. Thanks in part to the Arnar family owing allegiance to neither the clans of Earth nor Fire, they quickly rose to prominence. Thus today, Erebonia stands as one of the oldest nation-states in Zumeria. With the help of the Septian Church, it quickly expanded both its territories and its influence. Its spectacular growth was also what gave birth to the Empire's unique system of class. All of which accumulated 250 years ago with the War of the Lions. There are plenty of intriguing rumors regarding what went on behind the scenes, but that's not quite what concerns us at the moment. What does concern us is what happened in the wake of the war, something that's exerting an influence on the world even today. Do you know what it is I'm referring to, Reen? I think so. Seeing you can change occurred after the War of the Lions. Probably advancements in weapons technology. Dang. I hate decision making quests. I always screw it up. We could just skip ahead to the first dialogue. I believe I can just do this, yeah. Okay, it's I don't know what it is, but I'm guessing it's post-war Renaissance? There we go. You mean Dreikel's post-war Renaissance, right? A whole lot of innovations were introduced during that time, stuff people couldn't even dream of back in the Dark Ages. It helped make the country what it is today, making huge leaps forward in law, economics, and culture alike. The founding of Thor's military academy is a perfect example. That's right, because anyone can enroll regardless of class or nationality. It helped a lot of commoners get into the Imperial Army or obtain government posts. Thinking about it like this, you could also say it indirectly led to the formation of the noble and reformist factions, and even to the Civil War itself 2 years back. Right, the noble faction would never have been so militant if the class distinctions hadn't been so pronounced to begin with. It likely has repercussions beyond the army and the government as well. Very good. Seems we're more or less all on the same page. Let's move on to the factors at work outside of Erebonia then. Now I realize that it's a rather broad description to use, so for our purposes, we'll narrow it down to Liberl, Northumbria, Jurai, Nord, and Crossfell. Calvard also borders the country, of course, but that really deserves to be in a category of its own. Whether the Nord Highlands counts as part of the Empire is up for contention, and Crossfell has been contested territory for hundreds of years. But these territories weren't under Erebonian rule when the Empire was first founded. Even so, their impact on Imperial matters back then was by no means small. We have, for instance, the Nord Highlands, where the Imperial Prince made his travels, as well as the Burl, where the massacre at Hamel sparked the 100 Days' War, and thus conflict between the nobles and reformists. Of course, it goes without saying that those particular situations were instigated by Erebonia itself. But there was one specific event, not directly connected to the Empire, that still had a great influence on its future. Does anything spring to mind, Reen? Let's see. What highly influential event occurred outside of the Empire? I mean, I don't remember. I'm guessing it's probably the North Ambrian disaster. The only thing I know that fits the bill is the Salt Pail. Yep, the one that appeared during the North Ambrian disaster. We still don't know exactly what caused it, but it definitely wasn't the Empire. A natural disaster like that would surely have had far-reaching consequences. That's true. It set off the sequence of events that led Northumbria changing from a principality to an autonomous state. A lot of refugees fled to Erebonia, and the Northern Jaegers started staging all sorts of resistance efforts. And Northumbria's troubles spilled over to its neighbors in the west. Dry's resulting economic hardships were just what the Empire, or rather Chancellor Osborne, needed to turn its people against Crow's grandfather. Yeah, that's exactly right. I see. When you think of it that way, you can really start to glean the wider impact that disaster had on the world. Even the Imperial Liberation Front's creation can be traced all the way back to it. Quite right. It's an event that certainly deserves our consideration, if we aim to properly unravel the goings-on of the Empire. Let us conclude by moving over to the happenings to the east. Again, to narrow things down, we'll specify east to mean Crossbell, now part of the Empire and the Republic of Calvard. We may end up bringing other powers on the continent into discussion, but for now, let's focus on these two. Calvard has fought with Erebonia over Crossbell for centuries now. About 100 years back, their monarchy was overthrown and a republic established. Then, 70 years ago, Calvard and Erebonia negotiated shared rule of Crossbell, effectively turning it into an autonomous state. But some 30 or so years before that, Crossbell was actually a part of the Empire. Were you aware of that? Come to think of it, I think we did touch upon that in our history classes, if only just barely. I guess an Imperial school wouldn't want to give a lot of attention to losing a territory. We still have the old Governor General's residence from when we were first under Imperial rule, too. There are rumors that the old pro-Erebonian speaker took it as his mansion, and he ended up holding some real shady auctions there. Oh boy, that building. Omissions like this are a common story, I'm afraid. For the Empire, the shared jurisdiction represents a loss, a humiliation. Thus, they give it less and less prominence in their histories over time, in an attempt to cover it up and diminish its importance. I see. Yeah, that about explains it. Draco's post-war renaissance spurred Calvard on to make a great number of societal changes, many of which led them to increasing their own sphere of influence, eventually resulting in the dispute over Crossbell. The tension between the two nations has festered throughout generations, especially on the side of the Erebonians. And the curses bring all that animosity to the forefront. Calvard's revolution was a time of rapid change and upheaval. These things are never exactly simple, but there was one force that was instrumental in overthrowing the old societal order. How's your knowledge of international history, Reen? Do you know what it was? Well... 1 second. The answer is immigrants from the East. A lot of people emigrated to Calvard around that time. They still do to this day, in fact. Indeed, at the time, Calvert was verging on the brink of economic collapse. Yeah, the East. It should be immigrants from the West, right? Unless we're talking about very, very far east, as in farther east than Calvert, which we know nothing about. It said that the merchants moving in from the east gave the revolutionary forces enough financial aid that tipped the scales in their favor. There are also rumors that Eastern assassins were sent after major leaders on both sides. Ah, so that's how the flow of people from the east affected Calvert's revolution. That revolution led to Crossbell's autonomous statehood, which in turn led to its struggle for independence and subsequent reannexation. So they're not talking about people moving in from Erebonia, they're talking about people moving from even farther east from Calvert, which I think has always just been referred to as the Far East in previous games. Like, there was never a country to the east of Calvert. But yeah. Leading further still to the intervention of the Calvardian Special Forces just last year, I'm starting to see how it all connects to Operation Jormungand and Mille Mirage. Yeah, there's more behind-the-scenes dealings to this than just Erebonia's. This isn't really an interview, is it, Mr. Nielsen? It's more like a debriefing. Thanks to you, we now have a much firmer grasp on the continent's past, present, and future. All these events laid the groundwork for the curse of the Empire to take root. The way you put it, even my becoming a sacrifice of the Great Twilight sounds like it was inevitable. Ah, so that's what this is all about. Mr. Nielsen? Well, you are a key figure in this after all. I simply felt you had a right to know. Though, talking through and discussing our various theories was rather enjoyable too. See the final volume of the Black Records. Oh boy. Oh. It's relatively short compared to the others, so it shouldn't take you too long to decipher. In any case, you have my thanks for volunteering your time. Now, if you'll excuse me, I must go off in search of my next story. Wait, you're leaving? How? Oh, I've arranged passage to one of the transports passing through from Aragon. They'll take me as far as Milsant. I'm sure I could find myself a train from there. Wow, that's pretty thorough. Do you mind if we tag along? This is just too good to pass up. I gotta tell Rains about this. There she goes. Well, looks like this is where we part ways. But I expect we'll meet again, perhaps with our leader present next time around. An appealing prospect, to be sure. Thanks for everything, Mr. Nielsen. I feel like my understanding is finally up to speed. I try to take a wider perspective of what we're getting ourselves into going forward. Yes, thank you. This has all been very enlightening. The pleasure was all mine. Now then, I bid you farewell. Okay. Got a thing in my throat. Thanks much, Reen. Thanks much. I'll get right on translating the final volume. It'll take me a couple of days, but I'll try to get it done before you have to leave. I appreciate it. Will you be heading back to your Merkaba then? Not yet. I need to go discuss some things with Rosine, plus our ship is still in need of some repairs. Take care, Instructor. Hopefully we'll meet again sooner instead of later. Well, we did spend 2 years together at Thor's. That has to count for something, no? Now then, everyone, until we meet again, take care in the meantime. There he goes. Phew. That really was a loaded conversation, huh? But everything we learned from it made it worthwhile, wouldn't you say? Yeah, I definitely feel like I've gotten my head together now. I won't let all this talk of prophecies and destiny hold me back. Whatever the Black Records say will happen, I'll face it head on. That's a spirit. And remember, all of us will be right there by your side. Interview with Nielsen completed, and we get all 2 AP. and Goldia gem, which is... basically accurate, like, it's like hit 4, I guess. Do we even have a hit 3 on anybody? Okay, so hit 3 is accuracy 100 and critical rate 3, whereas Goldia gem is accuracy 100 and critical rate 9. And now this place is empty, so... I guess we move on to the next location. Guess we'll handle Milsant first, and then leaves. Hey, wait for me. Why are you returning to Heimdall right after I've been drafted? You still don't understand? What, are you worried about Mira? Our savings should be more than enough to sustain you while I'm gone. Losing the position I built for myself hurts, but at the very least, I can make sure the two of you... Exactly. All you talk about is work and Mira. You're going off to war, there's no guarantee we'll ever be together as a family again. So this is all you have to say before you go. But I'm doing this for all of us. No, you're right. I thought I was doing what's best for Reich and my wife, but I was so wrong. I'm waiting for Reich to finish what he's doing, and then I'll return with him to the capital. My husband suddenly got very quiet. I don't know if that means he regrets his behavior or what. I came to the church to pray and I bumped into Nikki, who was just leaving. He said he was going to see Gali today and headed in the direction of the White Birch Inn. Lake Gala is an interesting place. I know some folklore that would have you believe something lives in the lake. Oh yeah, we have to kill Gali, don't we? Are you interested in the legend of Lake Gala? These words were left behind. The water in the lake is cleansed with mana. It reflects a person's true nature. There are some who believe that witches use the lake water in their magical rituals. I wonder what true nature would be reflected in times like these. Okay, one more thing. There are strange stories in connection with Lake Gala, both in the past and in the present. Thank you for listening to the ramblings of an old woman. One person. Nikki lost both her parents when she was still very young. The church took her in and has cared for her. I don't mind that she's found something to be so fascinated by. I just worry she might fall from the terrace. Sigh. I can't help but worry when it comes to her. She's much like a daughter to me. I worry so much about little Nikki. We've been together since she was just a baby. I feel like I've become like a father to her. An unintentional reference, I guess. At least that's how I see it. Yep. I asked Harsh if she had any ideas for fixing my gloomy personality. Easier said than done, she told me, but we're gonna try and find a way together. First, I'm going to improve my posture. It might look silly, but if I can change just a little, if it helps me be more reliable, I owe it to myself to try. If I can improve my posture, maybe I can improve my attitude too. Even if it looks silly, I owe it to myself to try. Do I have any possible upgrades for people that we use? So close. I've only recently learned something. Apparently Diana is related to a noble family in the Mare. You know, I never really stopped to wonder just who in the world is Diana. I did hear she has a daughter. Seems like the only reason we have enough product is because Diana's family has been helping us. You know, yeah. So who in the world is Diana? Hi, Diana. I'm uneasy with our level of provisions. Besides our rations, we'll need to order more daily essentials. Medical supplies are going to be tricky to get a hold of, though. I'll have to ask around again. Oh, how long were you standing there? Sorry for ignoring you. Hey, don't worry about it. You're hard at work. Is everything alright? More or less. But requisitions are getting larger and larger. It's made running the store tough, to say the least. War really is on our doorstep. Even with all my worrying, I'm sure he just thinks I'm sticking my nose where it doesn't belong. Business is fraught right now, but there must be a way through this. It's precisely at times like these that I have to pull out every trick in the book to stay afloat. Why did you pick up this book? I don't need it anymore, that's why I threw it away. But aren't you always reading it? And if your dad got it for you, shouldn't you be a little more careful with it? Ah, you're so annoying. I don't need a book that some liar gave to me. My dad used to say if you had Mira, you could do anything, so why'd he go to war? You know what war is? He's never coming home. He left me and Mom all alone. Your dad too, huh? Does that mean you threw the book away because you were sad? No, I threw it away because Dad lied. He abandoned me and Mom. That's why I don't want that stupid book anymore. It's okay to cry. I was sad when I had to say goodbye to my dad, too. But you need to look after what your dad gave you. If you keep it safe and pray to Adios for him to return... I don't believe in all that. Oh, come on, Reich. Why don't we try and pray to Adios together? I'll be right here next to you. Are you even listening to me? Whatever. I'll stay with you if that's what you want. I'm going to look after this book and pray for Dad. Lucas is a pain, but I appreciate him saying what he did. I'll still be his friend. Rex seems to have perked up a little. I wonder how the galley watch is going. Oh, this is where they ended up. Hey. Ah, if it isn't Class 7 in the Ashen Chevalier. What a strange coincidence running into you again. You're not stalking us, are you? Why would we... Oh, never mind. You'll have to forgive me for leaving so abruptly earlier. We came to Milsant by bus, and while that was all well and good, but now that we're here, we haven't been able to get a railway ticket for love nor money. What? I suspect we'll be in Milsant for some time. That sounds pretty rough. I'm not really sure what to make of this Nielsen guy. He's got sharp insight, that's for sure. Far beyond that of your average journalist. There's just something about him. Is there a problem? Oh no, don't mind me. Well, that's the story. We're effectively stuck here until we can arrange our own transport. I can't stand sitting around like this. How about we go do a feature on some Milsant locals? Sigh. Grace, just take it easy. What happens if you get so caught up in an interview and end up missing the next train? Well, good luck catching a ride. Being stuck here sucks. There are so many stories in Heimdall just waiting for us to break them if we ever get out of here. If there's anything newsworthy going on in Milsant, that would be one thing, but no! This is a nightmare! Wake up, Grace, wake up. Grace, please try to calm down. Gotta stop panicking. I'm grateful I was able to spend today in a meaningful way. I just hope the final volume of the Black Records proves useful. Perhaps our paths will cross again. Don't push yourself too much when I'm not here, okay? Make sure you walk slowly and rest often to avoid straining yourself, okay? If something happens, I won't be around to help, and everyone else in the town has things to... Come on, I know that. You don't have to spell it out. I can't believe that in times like these, all you think about are your parents. I feel like I'm somewhat responsible for you receiving your draft card. If only my legs weren't bad, maybe I could move properly, then you wouldn't. Dad, damn it, why are you going on about something like this when I've already accepted it? Sydney's doing his best. We have to pull up our socks, too. Bootstraps. I'll make it back home. And back to the inn. I got no doubt about it. I know that's how my father feels. That's why I have to make it home. Back to my hometown and back to the inn. Even after he's been drafted, Robert still puts his old man first. I hate that it has to be like this, but I have to accept the determination of my only son. Anyone upstairs? Yes. Oh, hey, Anton. So, I know that Sharon works for Rhineford, but I looked around every last city where the Rhineford group is active, and I still couldn't find her. Where could she be? Hey, Anton, there's a war coming. You might want to cut your losses and get back home to Liberl. That's exactly what my friend Ricky said, but I know that if I leave now, I'll regret it for the rest of my life. There's no way I'm going to stop searching. Well, at least you're enthusiastic. Okay, I know that might come across as a little stalkerish, but I don't expect her to leap into my arms and confess her love to me or anything. There's just something I want to say to her. She carries so much sadness with her, and it breaks my heart. I can't give up. Not yet. Not until I see her again. I see. I don't know what Anton wants to say to her, but I have lots I want to tell Sharon, too. I understand you won't stop your search, but please be careful. I will. Sorry to make you worry. I can't believe that I still haven't found her. If this Lord of Burl, I put in a request with the guild, but things are a little more complicated here in Erebonia. But this isn't time to grumble. I'll search every last reach of eastern Erebonia if that's what it takes. Good luck with that. She will not be found unless she wants to be found. That's the Ouroboros way. You're not gonna believe this. I finally found Gally. Gally has 4 legs, but sorta lolloped out of the lake. I went with Fuller to the byroad and snuck a peek from behind a tree. But Gally is way scarier looking and sounding than I thought he'd be. If he comes to town, it could be real bad news. That must be the cryptid we saw when we went to Lake Gal together. I feel bad for Nikki, but if it's come ashore, we're going to have to take it out. I believe this house is empty, but gotta check. Nope, there's actually a person in here. More and more goods are being rationed lately, but at the same time, more is being requisitioned too. Diana is thinking up a strategy for everyone to get the supplies they need. It's not much in the way of thanks, but I thought I'd share some homemade cooking with her later. Even though things at the store are tough, Diana's thinking of a strategy for us to get everyone the supplies they need. It's not much in the way of thanks, but I thought, oh yeah, gotcha. Let's get out of here, and let's go hunt down our definitely not Loch Ness monster. Well, hello you, why are you here? I heard from Nikki that Gally had come ashore, so we went to the byroad to see for ourselves. I caught a glimpse of it from behind a tree, but it was even more scary than I imagined. Even Nikki was spooked. It doesn't seem to be a regular monster. I wonder where it came from. Gotta look at Gally from behind a tree. I don't think it's a normal monster. I wonder where it came from. Let's go. Is it in Byroad 1 or 2 is the question. There it is. See, are we strong enough to just shoot enemies? We are. Yep, there he is. A very warty boy. Bring it on.
That enemy.
This one's strong. Be careful.
Okay.
I'm up. Initiate Omega Operation. Let's go.
Yeah, Galiosaurus.
Now.
They're mine! Now. Search mode activate. Detailed information obtained.
Alright, Galiosaurus. Late cryptid with rock-hard scales that spews out clouds of corrosive gas and is able to turn its victims to stone. Oh boy, petrify?
I'm up.
That could be bad.
Here I go! My turn.
Yeah.
Everyone's got
I got
Shining.
this.
I wonder how strong Summon Hector would be. It says its power is triple S. Let's see. First attack, so he gets the bonus. Ow.
Take this.
I'll save you.
Thanks.
Oh, Yuna got petrified.
Hector Mark II. It's mine.
Not bad.
I shall go.
65,000 damage. There you go, Yuna.
Ha! Thanks!
Let's go. Arcus activate.
I shall go. I'll
Thanks.
Thanks!
Yeah.
I appreciate it!
Let's go. Initiate. It's my turn. Now.
They're mine! Now.
Thanks.
It's my turn!
Nearly back to full health.
Let's get him!
An opening. Take this. Now.
They're mine!
It's my turn.
Oh, he got petrified? Didn't even notice.
It's down.
They're mine! I shall go. Ha!
Alright.
All right!
I got this.
It's my turn. Shit. It's down.
They're mine! My turn. Reenact fire! Now!
It's mine.
All right! Time to...
I got this.
Now. It's down. Back me up, Bunny. I'm up. Initiate. Oh. It's my turn. Roar! Helix now!
They're mine! Now. Switch.
Leave it to me.
Here we go.
It's my turn. Shit! It's down!
They're mine! All right! Ha! Let's get him!
An opening!
I got this.
It's down! Take this! I'm up! It's down!
They're mine!
This is it!
Good thing the enemy was slow. Didn't get many attacks in.
work, Yuna. That was perfect.
Stats updated.
Solaris Bringer can now be used. So a new S-Craft, okay. Turns Clom Soleus into a giant sword that cleaves the earth. About S-Break settings. S-Breaks can be set in the status section of the camp menu. Oh! There you can adjust which S-Craft will be used as a character's S-Break.
I did it!
Justice Bullet 2. Neat. Quest I want to believe complete. So if we go to status, we go to Altina. It's Arcadius Gear and Solaris Bringer. And it's like, okay, why would you want to go with Arcadius Gear when Solaris Bringer is just better in every single way? And since we got that, let's see, who should we hang out with? Celine, Kurt, or Gaius? Gaius. That's my choice. This way. Phew. Were you just training, Gaius? Yeah, the full-scale operations are picking up now, so I figured I should go ahead and up my training regimen. Recent events have made me realize just how inexperienced I am here. I see. Took some damage. But you can't let what happened to the Merkaba bother you. Everyone, you included, did everything they could. Things couldn't have gone better considering the circumstances. Thanks, Reen. I'm not that worked up about it, so don't worry about me, okay? As a Grousewooder, I vowed to be of help to you all, Reen. I need to figure out what I'm lacking. That's the focus of my training here. What he's lacking, huh? Well, if I had to say... Hey, I've got a proposal for you, Gaius. How about we pay a visit to Brigadier General Bardius? Huh? Rumor has it his ancestors are warriors from Nord, so wouldn't that make him the perfect person to ask? Maybe you'll be able to get a few tips that'll help you work on any areas you feel like you're lacking in. That does make some sense now that I think about it. Though he must be pretty busy with the Iceland army. Well, once that's settled, let's make sure to get in touch. Waiting. Reen and Gaius got in touch with the Viceland army and managed to reach Brigadier General Wallace. They decided to meet up in the Avon Hills, since the Brigadier General had operations to attend to close by. Shouldn't it be close by with a space between close and by, or is close by an actual word that can be combined? Or conjunctive, whatever it's called. Thanks for agreeing to meet with us, Brigadier General. Yeah, we appreciate you taking time out of your schedule. I wouldn't do this for just anyone, but since it's you guys, I got Lydia Aurelia to lend us the Balclutha. What? Guess it helped. It was free at the time anyway. I may have lost touch with my heritage, but I figure I can still do some good here. I truly am thankful you came. I'm ready to dig into whatever you have to teach me. Whatever it takes to hone my skills as a Grousewooder, and protect my loved ones from whatever danger there may be. Ah, so that's how it is. Say, Gaius, how would you like to spar with me? Huh? Right now? Why not? You've got to put that strength of yours to the test if you want to find your weak spots. But be warned, I will go all out against you, and I expect you to do the same. What do you say? I'm up for it. Chances like this don't come along every day. Come at me with everything you've got. Is it going to be an actual battle, or... Nope. A fierce battle between Gaius and Wallace followed. Wallace struck out in full force, unleashing moves that had even forced the almighty Conflagration into a corner. Gaius refused to give in, and with the power of his stigma was able to match his opponent blow for blow. Man, Gaius, he kept pace with them the whole time. That's no small feat. Looks like the rumors about you were true, Black Whirlwind. You're not so bad yourself, Soaring Phoenix. You got some impressive skills. Between your own natural ability and that stigma, I don't see this battle ending anytime soon. Guess I'll have to call in some friends. Horses? That's right. Thoroughbred war horses from the Bardius' family's own stables. They're both fine and courageous mounts. Think you can handle them? We're settling with a joust, huh? Fine by me. Rah. Rarg. The battle moved into a head-to-head jousting match. It looked to be a long and grueling fight before either combatant gave in, but then... Ah. It's over already, huh? Gotta hand it to you, Wallace. You really gave me what for out there. Turned out to be not so evenly matched as before, huh? Could you tell what the difference was there, Gaius? Yeah, I think so. I had a feeling I'd lost sight of something all this time, but now it's finally starting to fall in place. Gaius. Well, good. No, that wasn't for nothing then. It's been a while, so I think I'll treat my horse to a longer ride. Why don't you two stay back and rest for a bit? You going to be alright? Yeah, just a couple of scratches. I think he held back a little for the horse's sake. I'm still kind of in awe of him, though. Didn't take much for him to see right through me. Sounds like a piece sewing together yourself. Yeah, I know where I've been going wrong. I got so caught up in being a grouse-ritter that I forgot what was so important to me as plain old Gaia's Warzel. The reason I came to Erebonia, to Thor's, was to learn about the outside world. To take all I picked up here and turn it into the strength to protect my homeland. You know, thinking back, the rest of us were really amazed by the lengths you were willing to go to. You had to adapt to an entirely new landscape all for the sake of taking care of what you had back home. That really means something. I can say we're all inspired by how devoted you are to your land and people. I don't know if I'd go that far. I feel like I was just charging in without thinking things through. But it is true. I always had Nord and everyone there at the front of my mind when I did. Even inheriting the stigma and everything we went through during the Civil War was part of that. They were the winds that guided me from the very start, and the reason I'm standing here right now. I guess having wings makes it harder to feel a connection to the people back on the ground. But now I feel like I finally got my head out of the clouds and back where it belongs. And I'll see to it that it stays that way. Erebonia is my second home. I'll protect it to the very end, along with Nord and the rest of the continent. Even the whole world if it comes to that. You never do anything by halves, do you? I'm glad you got your head together, Gaius. I'll be counting on you then. Of course. Right about you, Reen. Welcome back. I was hoping you'd be up for another jousting match. My performance back there was just pitiful. This time I'll show you what a Nordic warrior can really do. So what do you say, Brigadier General Wallace Bardius? Oh, this is what being young's all about. You got yourself a rematch, guys, Warzel. Following that, Reen watched Gaius and Wallace's equally balanced fight through to the end. Bond with Gaius strengthened. Going to train some more? Yeah, my sparring session with the Brigadier General opened my eyes to what I'd forgotten. I want to internalize the emotion I felt then, while the memory is still fresh. Well, that's one way to do it. As long as you know when enough's enough. Of course, I know my limits. You've got nothing to worry about with me. Thanks for giving me the chance to return to Nordreen. I couldn't be more grateful. The Armor Division has begun its operations, which is worrying, but I was relieved to see my family still doing well. Thinking back to my homeland only reinforces my determination to give everything I had to this cause. So, that's unique dialogue for if you do Toa's bonding event. Since he gets taken to Nord as well. But anyway, guess we should go check leaves out then. The only things running on the rails nowadays are those imposing military trains. Work has been stressful. I'm more than ready to take a break. Don't you think Tom's acting like a real big brother now? Maybe he's been reassessing how he thinks of Teddy and how to treat her. The Imperial Defense Force has been a real bother to us since the Thor students left. We were questioned about allowing the Derflinger to pass through and not reporting it. Luckily, the instructor spoke up for us and turned out to be alright in the end. We haven't really been able to play since the Imperial Defense Force came here. Today's gonna be fun. What do you want to play, Teddy? I want to play Make-Believe. I'm a blue uniform, you're a red uniform, we both take classes in school. You mean we're pretending to be branch campus and main campus students? Okay, sure, I'll play Make-Believe with you. Yay! Wow, I didn't even have to get Mom to tell you to do it. I just kinda thought you might want to let loose and do whatever you want for a bit. You're probably going crazy for being stuck inside all day. Oh, okay. Thank you so much, Tom. Zach, Cheryl, and Armin all look busy. I'm fine, but since Teddy didn't have anyone to play with, I thought she'd be lonely. I decided I might as well look after her, that's all. You're usually never this nice to me. Okay, let's play at being military academy students all day today. Hi Rachel, Cheryl told me you'd be stopping by today. Is there a plushie you wanted me to make for you? Oh, no, Zach told me you wanted to challenge me at Vantage Masters. Oh, looks like we got set up. This is perfect for me. Rachel handed over some penguin cookies wrapped in colorful paper. Hey, you've been protecting my precious games from the Imperial Defense Force, right? Take these. Make sure you savor them. It's not like I make these every day, so be grateful. Wow, you know my taste well. This is really cute. Thank you, Rachel. I'll share them with my sister, so I'm sure she'll love them too. That's good to hear, but I made them for you. Part of me kinda wants you to eat them all yourself. Rachel. Okay, I get it. I'll happily dig in. Well, I guess that's it. Oh, we're not done yet. Don't forget, you promised to play Vantage Masters with me today. But Cheryl and Zach just made that up. Stop making excuses. I rebuilt my decks especially for today's match. I don't want to waste all that hard work. Okay, fine, but you'll have to teach me the rules. As expected. Same dialogues. Barney got his draft card at the same time I did. He's at the store right now giving the news to his family. Damn, they all look so miserable. My family congratulated me and patted me on the back, saying it was such an honor. They were thrilled. I might not make it back. Even so, I'd be humbled to give my life for my country. Honestly, I just don't understand people like Barney sometimes. He and his family were arguing over the draft card. They were really going at it. I don't understand what they're all so miserable about. Just watching them makes me feel miserable too. So I came out here to get away from the gloom and get some fresh air. Gotta love the curse. Oh, there's a few people here. Well, look who's back. I was actually just asking about how things were going for you. You've been through a lot, but I'm glad you were able to meet up with Prince Oliver again. Whoa, how'd you know that already? Did Edel tell you? But that would mean... Now that you mention it, I was kinda surprised by just how many of our friends were aboard the Courageous 2 when it showed up. Oh, I've known about the Courageous too for a while now. So when I saw the opportunity, I took the liberty of getting in touch with instructors Mary and Makarov and her old classmates. Stark helped out as our branch campus contact too. That's incredible. I always knew she was pretty unflappable at this. I've heard stories about her family, but she puts the stories to shame. Oh no, it was nothing. Anyhow, thanks to that, we managed to get the main campus kids dealt with. Took advantage of the confusion to put a stop to the Zauber soldat training too, so that's a plus. It really is. We're going to do our best to push back against the main campus and the IDF from here on. Of course, we can't ignore our preparations for that other operation either. The key to making it work is everybody getting to play nice together. The other operation? What are they up to now? You know the old field exercise camp in Sutherland? We've been putting together a little something there to help support you. You should go check on it if you have time. Thanks, maybe we will. I'm really curious now. I guess we can make a stop at the old Sutherland field exercise camp later. You caught me right as I was in the middle of giving our plans with the instructors here. I've left the lodge in trustworthy hands, so you don't need to worry about that. Just remember to be careful out there. One more dish. We were chatting about what we could do to help, and this little operation of ours came up. I assure you we'll do everything in our power to make Operation Shining Steel a resounding success. Shining Steel, okay. There's a lot of people involved with Shining Steel, but our operation might get pretty sizable itself. Going to be a bitch to keep on track, but I just gotta give it my all. You can even use the showers, whatchamacallits? Oh, jukebox. There wasn't anybody else in the kitchen, right? Yeah, empty. Yo. Welcome! Looks like Rachel's out, so what are you doing here? Me and Cheryl are trying to get her brother and Rachel together. I mean, I don't really care about it. Other than you guys coming back, there's nothing fun going on. The whole town's kinda down. If Rachel and Marcus get closer, at least teasing them about it might be fun. That's why I decided to help Cheryl. I see. Don't go overboard, alright? Are you really not going to see the main campus students anymore? I went fishing with that girl that's got red hair, and she said we didn't have to wait. She just jumped in and caught a fish with her bare hands. It was so cool. I really wanted her to teach me how to do that. I don't think that's something you need to learn. Still need to figure out where the heck that Earth Talisman is. The bracers from Liberl have really been a blessing for us. They escorted us to the areas where we harvest medicinal herbs and defeated any violent monsters. We've been able to harvest herbs in peace. I've been relying on Sister Rosine quite a lot since she first started, so I'm swamped with work now. However, I must perform my duties to the church so that we can save the people of Leaves. I wonder where Sister Rosine is. What is she doing now? Considering her duties, she's probably very busy. I do hope she's taking care not to push herself too hard. Well, currently she's taking care of repairs on a Merkaba in a field exercise camp. That much we know. Welcome to Lapin Boutique. Oh, you're behind the register today? Yep. If you're looking for my brother, he and Rachel are probably sitting in a tree. Why do I get the feeling you're up to something? I wonder when Jingo will come back. She came into town out of nowhere and she left just as fast, too. Maybe we'll never see Jingo again. It might be a little lonely, but being a drifter sounds pretty cool. Interesting. Very interesting. That's an awful lot of Guardian sightings in such a short time. That's not all. Even the smaller fish are affected. The ecosystem is changing on more or less every level. What's going on in Erebony and Crossbow that's affecting these fish? Any idea, Rod? They say you're on par with the Fishing Baron, so if anyone might know, it's you. This does remind me of something. It was back when the Fishing Baron and I were just starting out. Just like all of you, we started seeing changes in the wildlife we didn't understand. In our investigations, we encountered the legendary fish said to appear at significant turning points in world history. I think I see where you're going with this. Yes, here on the brink of full-scale war with Calvert, the legendary fish might have appeared once more. It was likely called back into action by the fear and turmoil spreading across Emeria. Gulp. We're in a lot deeper than I expected. A legendary fish that appears throughout history. We're in a lot deeper than I expected. I have to make sure everyone knows. Let's stay focused. We need to do it for Kopan. Yeah, because he got drafted. My strange friend is obsessed with that fabled fish. Since the moment he heard about it, he's been in pursuit of that one big catch. Maybe you met him in your travels around the Empire. Nothing. Shopping. I probably should just max out my inventory of battle scopes so I don't have to buy any more throughout this whole game. Let's get it over and done with. I say as I leave the place and just go somewhere else. The door is locked. I heard there are lots of soldiers drafted from around Grenville, so I thought maybe... why did you have to get a draft card, Dad? I'm sorry, but there's nothing we can do about it now. I have to. Sob, sob. I don't want to leave my girls. No, don't cry, Dad. You're going to make me cry too. Please don't die, Dad. If you come home with even just a scrape, I'll be so mad. Arnie was drafted too. Even if it's how things are, it's still very difficult. I can't believe Dad's getting drafted. I'll never forgive you if you die, Dad. I'm sorry, you shouldn't have had to see that. Everyone worries about their family. I feel your pain. Thank you for being so understanding. Oh, the instructors from the main campus are all at the dorm right now. You're close with them, so you stop by and say hello. Already did. Instructor Eden, I didn't notice. Yeah, I heard you received a draft card? Yes, just now. Parole begins soon, so I have to report to the conscription office within the next few days. I won't be here much longer. But I'm still the proprietor of Barney's for now. If there's anything I can get you, just let me know. Thank you. So who's chilling upstairs then? Oh, hey, Reiner. Yes, that's right. I'd like to check up on some of your clients. Really? You still have the internal documents. Thank you so much. That'd be great. Seems like Reiner's picked up some new leads. He looks busy, though. We can always ask him what he's found out later. We have someone to play card games with, so we can burn some more time. Yay. Oh! Shara. What are they doing here? Although I guess they did say the braces from LeBurl are here. You guys are here too, huh? Oh hey, if you two are here, does that mean what I think it does? Probably. We're on our way to Heimdall to check up on things there. On our way, we decided to take on our request to pick up some medicinal herbs for the church and leaves. And we just happened to run into him. You guys know Sherazard and Agate? Why didn't you tell me sooner? I wanted to thank you. Ever since that day you found my wallet for me, I've been a changed man. That was the day I knew for sure. I'm gonna be a receptionist for the Bracer Guild someday. Did that happen in one of the Sky games? Oh, I'm glad to hear it. It's difficult for the guild to do anything in Erebonia, but if people like you aim to join, I'm sure it won't be that way for long. It could also be just something else to decide. Give it your all, okay? I will, thank you again. Seriously though, if you want to be a receptionist, you better learn how to take care of yourself first. If you keep pushing yourself till your back gives out, you're not going to last long at the guild. Wow, you could tell I've been suffering from back pain? Amazing! Thank you so much for the advice, Agate. I promise I won't push myself too hard. So Scheherazade was the Bracer who inspired Frankie back then. Getting some words of encouragement straight from his idols must be a real thrill. Oh right, I heard you play Vantage Masters. I'm actually a pretty big fan myself, so I've been putting together different decks and everything. We've all got to take a break now and then, right? How about we face off sometime? It'd be my pleasure. Good answer. Don't you go losing too easily now, got it? Cannot play Vantage Masters against Shara. Go easy on me, okay? No chance.
You sure you can take me?
Let's see. Not the best hand. That's better. Ooh. I missed that. What was that card? I have no idea. The boy's just gonna go down. I don't know if Cher just had a very unlucky hand or what. But the match is over.
Looks like you've got a real knack for this.
And we get Vanish cards. All I did was pick up his wallet and take it back to him. Those with their sights set on joining the guild are all very welcome. It'd be great if there were more people like him. We'd be able to start back up in Erebonia again. Just don't push yourself too much. I'm sure you all know this too well by now, but the closer your friends are to you, the madder they get when you make them worry. Well, yeah, we had a quest in the, in Radio Trista. Scheherazade is amazing. Oh, but Agate is also really cool. I wish I could introduce him to Mr. Celestin. Got a few more houses to break into. Daddy, you're home! Welcome home, darling. Never imagined we would be reunited so soon. It's because we finished up a certain amount of transportation for the supplies. But since I'm part of the logistics unit, I actually have some free time before the war actually starts. Oh good, I was worried about whether you'd be okay. Arlen's been taking care of me while you were gone. He's been doing the laundry and keeping the house tidy. He's really growing up. Yeah, I've been taking care of Mommy just like I promised. I knew you could do it, Armin. I'm so proud of you. I have to leave again soon. You need to keep looking after Mommy for me, okay? Yeah, leave it to me. I can do laundry now, Daddy. I'm so good at it. I pat the wrinkles out before I hang it up to dry. You're doing a great job, Armin. Keep it up, okay? Up until now, Armin was the one that needed looking after since his constitution was a little poor. Maybe my immune system was a little weakened by the stress. After all that, I ended up catching a cold. I'm so disappointed in myself for causing my Armin so much trouble, even though I'm his mother. Man, this one little thing in my chest just won't go away. It's only been a short while since the main campus students left. The town feels lonely with all of those students and their noise. Now that we know we're going into war, that's all people are talking about. Every day is making me so anxious. But if this was all it took to break my spirit, I wouldn't have been able to live for over 50 years. Main campus students are such great kids. I still remember the time they helped me look for my purse when I lost it. They left the town in a hurry. I wonder if everyone is okay. I'm worried for them. Trying to remember going back to Frankie, thinking like, I think he just did offhand mention a bracer with silver hair helped him find his wallet. I'm pretty sure I made that connection way back when. You remember my son Frankie? When the main campus students left, he began re-waxing the entirety of the school building. His lower back really hurts from bending down for so long. I've given him one of my compresses to ease the pain. Maybe because he's never really had a goal until recently, but he's putting everything he's got into making his dream a reality. I know he could be conscripted at any moment, but as his father, I want to support him as much as I can. I know he could be conscripted at any moment. He's constantly working so his dream can come true. I want to support him any way I can. Racers Agate and Sherazard were just here. According to them, Lady Josette is working hard to help you. Sigh. Why couldn't you have told me that the last time you visited? I'm really sorry about that. Don't worry, I know you're busy with the main campus students. We're really proud of you all, and Lady Josette too. None of you are giving up, even if it means going against the government. Stay strong. I'll be praying for your safe return. We're really proud of you all, and Lady Josette too. None of you are giving up, even if it means going against the government. Stay strong, and I'll be praying for your safe return. And then we have the bakery over there, and then we could just pop our heads into Radio Trista and see what that quest is about. It looks like it's going to be another decision-making quest, sadly. How are things going in the capital? Everyone's excited about the war. They're all shouting stuff like, "Woohoo! We finally put Calvert in its place." A lot of people showed up to support the troops when they moved out. It was like a parade. The entire city's caught up in this frenzy. I don't think the residents of Heimdall realize the gravity of the situation. The value of an Erebonian life and a Calvardian life is the same. Everyone's important to someone. Why can't they see how awful it is to take away someone's loved ones? Liza, I've been thinking the same thing. Something's gotta be wrong in the capital right now. I'm sorry, I got very serious all of a sudden. Please, don't mind me. Take a look at the bread. They're right out of the oven, so they're crisp and warm. Yummy Caesar salad. Not bread, but okay. Soufflé pancakes. It was kind of insensitive of me not to think about Liza's fiancé. Like she says, people's lives are on the line. I need to think about the war properly instead of just getting absorbed by the frenzy in the capital. Let's try the recipes.
What a pain.
Get the failure out of the way, since we can at least reliably get that one.
Done.
As Ash successfully makes the dish.
There.
Ash, stop it.
What a pain.
We want the other thing you can make.
The hell's this?
Yeah, encouragement salad. Okay. Who make good salad?
Now let's begin. Oh, this is...
Let's begin. this one? Let's begin. Now we're cooking. It turned out...
Insufficient ingredients, because we have no beast flesh. Dang. Cooking is hard. And by hard, I mean you just have no idea what you're gonna get. There doesn't seem to be anyone at the branch campus. We don't need to go inside. Yeah, because it's a dungeon now. It's no longer a casual locking space. Alright. I mean, wasn't there a side quest before where, we had Reen and Toa at Radio Trista? Sierra quest? That's right. I was a little surprised, honestly. But it was nice to meet up with your old coworker, right? But it looks like I made her mad, though. Anyway, care to hear me out? I know that you're all busy, but this may be the only chance we get. Well, it looks like it's about the radio drama from last time. Hearing myself on the radio was way too embarrassing. I guess we can hear you out. That's cold, Reen. I think if you hear me out, you'll be interested too. Just like the request says, I want to broadcast a special episode on Radio Trista. We need to be careful with our words because we're being censored because of the war, after all. But I still want to spread my messages about how we need to not lose sight of things more important than the war. Monk? I see. And you want me to step in for the protagonist role? Right, we need to make a new episode of Eternal Noon. But our voice actor was drafted, and we're missing our voice actresses too. Since it's a special episode, I was hoping you could negotiate some replacements for the 4 heroines. Aren't you pretty much asking for the impossible, Monk? Yeah, that's probably how most people would see it. Please think of it as my last request. There's so many fan letters, even a hospital patient wrote one. If the war's going to happen anyway, I at least want them to have courage. Right. Except, I guess, I don't know if I'll be any good, but I'll try my best. Thank you so much. I know I can always count on you, Reen. I'm sure you don't want to waste time, so let's get straight down to the details. If I remember right, the setting is a fictional kingdom in the center of the continent. The main character's name is Nguyen. He's a skilled agent who carries out secret orders from the second-born princess. He has a mysterious past, white hair, wears black clothes, and uses an eastern sword called a katana. That's... Please don't say it. If anything, Nguyen had white hair before I did. Hey, I think it's cool, but I can always make some changes if you're not happy with the parallels. Don't worry about it. Why don't you tell us about the 4 heroines? Sure, I'll get started now. First we have Selma. She's the daughter of a count. She's a broad-minded woman who likes to garden. The second is Ruri. She's a cheeky and irresistible reporter. She's the twin sister of Nani, the med student. Third up is Hene. She works as a librarian who writes unique novels. These all sound familiar. Last is Velvet, a mysterious and elusive fortune teller. Those descriptions are too easy to match. Selma is definitely Edel, Ruri is Vivi, Hine and Velvet are probably Dorothy and Beryl, huh? You got it. Vivi and Dorothy are on the Courageous too. Edel just happens to be here in Leeds right now. I just saw her actually. She was talking to the instructors in the dorm. That makes things easier. But what about Beryl? She can be pretty hard to pin down. Oh, I recently received some news from the other Thor's alumni. Apparently she's visiting a village you can't find on a map. I don't think it meant Hamel, though. That means maybe we'll be able to find her quicker than we thought. We already found her. I think I understand. We'll have to talk to the 4 of them and bring them here, right? Right. The script is ready so we can record whenever. If something more important comes up, feel free to prioritize that over this. Alright, leave it to us. We'll be back before you know it. Quest the Radio Stars Reborn. The people they go to speak with are Edel for Selma, Vivi for Ruri, Dorothy for Heine, and Beryl for Velvet, right? Exactly. Thanks in advance. Monk is a real idiot. Why wouldn't he contact me if he was caught up in something? And the second he gets back, he only cares about recording a new show. He's so stupid. I'll have to beg for forgiveness before I ever help him again. Empty. Oh, Reen, is there something I could help you with? You're quick on the uptake. Monk actually sent us over to ask you for a favor. Reen told Edel about the radio program and asked her to act as a stand-in. My god. Sure, I don't mind at all. That's a great help. Thank you. You should be very happy that I shut off my mic every time I need to clear my throat. It's pretty loud. You're never one to shy away from things, are you? Well, I wouldn't say I'm as brave as you, Toa, but I know Monk must be in a real bind over this. The radio station's just a short walk away from here. I'll head straight over once I've wrapped things up. Sounds perfect. Edel has agreed to perform. Being a replacement actor for a radio drama sounds like a delightful experience. I can hardly wait. Alright, next up we go to the Courageous. And we have to find both those guys. I don't remember who is exactly on what floor, but if we go floor by floor, we'll eventually find them. Next. There's one. Oh, that's right. There was something I didn't mean to ask you, Dorothy. Oh? What is it? Reen asked Dorothy if she'd be interested in participating as a stand-in for Monk's radio program. Hold on a second. I'm not really sure I'm the right fit for a lead role. That said, Eternal Nuan has been seeing a silent yet sturdy jump in popularity among young women as of late. But forget the heroine. Neon's steamy chemistry with his rough-and-tumble colleague-turned-rival is where it's really... I can almost taste it. Yeah, if possible, I'd like to be left out of whatever party platter your mind is conjuring up there. Well, personally, I'd say go for it. It could be pretty creatively stimulating, if you know what I mean. You're probably right. Okay, I'll do it. I'll take the plunge. Radio Trista, right? In Lee's? I'll head over once I'm finished here. Thanks, Dorothy. You're gonna do great. Dorothy has agreed to perform. I can't believe I'll actually be able to perform in Eternal Nuan. It's going to give me some valuable experience, even if it's daunting. I'll just have to take the plunge. And I actually remember where Vivi is. She's on the deck. Talking to somebody on her phone. Or Arcus too, sorry. Yo, Reen, you need something from me? Gasp. Don't tell me you've abandoned Elisa and Fee to flag the Vivi ending. A bold move, sir. I have no idea what that means. I'm here because Monk asked me for a favor. Reen told Vivi about the radio program and asked her to act as a stand-in. I remember back when Lynn subbed in on one. It sounded fun. Made me a little envious. Plus, the show itself is pretty highly regarded in the industry, so yeah, I think that'd be really cool. Eureka! What about bringing Lind along, too? The twins route could wind up being pretty fun. If ever the comedian. Anyway, it would be a big help. Radio Trista and Leaves, right? In the interest of time, I'm just gonna head straight there. Can't wait to hear you, Vivi. Vivi has agreed to perform. So, the call for a replacement actor finally made its way to me, huh? Sure thing. I was pretty jealous back when I heard Lynn on the radio. Just leave it to me. Oh, it was Lynn, not Toa. Maybe Toa was in Cold Steel 1 or 2 or something. Anyway... Here we are. I thought Beryl was here. I guess she moved. A village not on the map. This sounds about right. Yeah, looks like that's where she is. I don't think we had a quest here. Whoa, wait, people from the outside? Here? Just when I decide to help out, suddenly this happens. What about that, huh, Idios? What's with them? Yep. I asked everything I could think of, but I didn't get any real answers. I guess not everyone from the outside world is the same. They're not also helpful and nice. Beryl is very, wayward. I never thought people on the outside would invade our village like this. It's really just crazy. But I know there are all kinds of people out there, not just good ones. I can't just sit around daydreaming about what's on the other side anymore. This whole mess makes that pretty clear. Okay. Hey, Loki. Q. Huh? What's this? I bet you're worried about your owner, aren't you? Let's see, we need to bring along Elisa, Bea, Emma, Laura, and Sarah. That's quite a big group. Let's see. Elisa, Bea, Emma, Laura, and Sarah. I think that's everybody. Sub-event. Green and the others enjoyed the hot springs and took their time resting in the village, and enough a familiar group found themselves together in the open-air bath. Okay. Looks like I'm the odd man out here. I'll just be... No need to be shy, Reen. These aren't any worse than swimsuits, nothing scandalous here. Besides, we even have Toy here with us this time. Sure do. This has got me thinking back to when we went to the hot springs in Ymir. Time really flies. I'm still not sure why I need to be here, let alone in human form. Well, either way, I'm glad you agreed to make an exception and tag along, Celine. Can you believe your luck, Green? You basically have your pick here if you catch my drift. Yeah, I'm pretty sure everyone does, but I can't say I deserve any of this. Why not? I'm the one to blame for the crisis this world is in, the Great Twilight. And here I am relaxing with my close friends. Got so many people I can lean on and trust. I really don't deserve to be so lucky. Don't be so harsh on yourself. I think you do deserve it. I mean, it's really alright. Times like these really are precious, so you gotta make the most of them. Agreed. If you wish, I'll even scrub your back for you, take some of the edge off. Okay. And then I'll take care of his hair. Guys. I could tend to your ears too if you'd like. I'll be on shoulder massage duty. This is all a little much, don't you think? A little bit. You made the girls feel sorry for you, so this is what you get now, Reen. I'll grab us some drinks and maybe snag a bite or two. And so, after an extraordinarily decadent soak, Reen stumbled out of the hot spring recharged in a variety of ways. Okie dokie then. Let's reorganize our party with the group we had before. we have a few more people to talk to, and then we'll go into the quest-related building.
This'll be a good fishing spot.
It's not your fault the hot spring has gotten all messed up. But I said something really mean to you. Okay, I'm sorry. Can you forgive me? I think with the hot spring was my fault. Loki, can you forgive me? Can we go to the clearing right now? Nope. Horrible factory. Yay. I knew the gnomes were good for nothings the moment they betrayed our clan and tried to lay their hands on the Great One. But now it seems the Dark Dragon's creation was just as much a disaster for them as it was for the rest of the world. Right, if what the Spectral Moon mirror showed us about the real mastermind is true, the gnomes have been through a lot. We may have lost our elder, but they lost the holy beast, and of course their pride. The curse of shackling them ensured that loss. Well, there's no reconciling with them now. All that we can do for them is to oppose their plans to the very end. Yeah, not only to pay tribute to them, but also to prevent this world of ours from being destroyed. Ah, the confidence of youth. You're welcome here any time, and I'll tell you all I know about the other rivalry participants. So, you're going up against the Palatinate Knight next, huh? It's both speedy and tough. Be sure not to let your guard down. Many of its pack awakeners have been a little quirky, and when they matched up as well as Zector, they could prove to be formidable opponents. Don't get caught by his tricks. Stand your ground and fight it out to the end. Thank you for the advice. Platinum Knight's speedy and tough. Be sure not to let your guard down around it, and don't get caught by his tricks. Stand your ground and fight it out to the end. We don't have the material for any of that. Doesn't appear that there's much we can do here. I'm hoping we won't have to grind out U materials or anything. That would suck. If just like not having that little extra boost in power or speed is detrimental. But I have a feeling it's probably balanced, so you should be able to do it. Like, without the extra buffs. It just makes it more difficult. And maybe you have to use some items. Anyway, Umbriel's finally old enough to offer up some proper assistance now. It's been an absolute lifesaver. Especially when all the adults are getting busier and busier. Even we're feeling a little anxious too. Guess that means we only have a little time left before we hit the apex of the Great Twilight. You know what? Everything's going to be fine. Yeah, I know you can do it. And, you have me cheering you on too. So go out there and beat this thing. You guys have the Ashen Knight at your side, don't you? So then if anyone can tackle this, it's you guys. And, you'll have me cheering you too, so beat the thing. It's been a while since we were able to kick back and relax together. How's Noah been doing these days? She's starting to act a little more mature. She and that familiar of hers really seem to understand one another, so maybe that's part of it. Hey, that's great. I knew the kid had it in her. It's up to us to stop the Great Twilight, you know. To give her a brighter future. You're right. We'll keep doing whatever we can. You and me together. Noah's grown a lot in the short time I've been away. It does my heart good to see it. Maybe I'll go catch up with her. Or, actually, I heard someone from the outside wander into the village a while back. That's a pretty rare occurrence, so maybe I'll go check that out instead. Noah's matured a little, I think. Taking that familiar must have taught her some responsibility. I couldn't be happier. We can't just sit back and allow the world to end. We owe it to our children to give them a world worth living in. There we go. Master, are you sure you're okay? You scared me half to death and you collapsed like that. You always like to overreact, so I was avoiding telling you this. But I have a condition where I feel unwell if I overexert myself when using my power of divination. You're a good student, Sigyn. Learn to properly harness the power within you and keep growing. When I was young, I dabbled in some spells I shouldn't have and brought this affliction upon myself. I see, so that's why you're having me focus so much on the basics. Well, don't just stand there. You have training to do. I'll be alright if I rest a while. Now that I think about it, it's been a while since it's gone, off-border recently. I was so scared when Master suddenly collapsed. I'm just glad it wasn't serious. Still, the spirit veins aren't looking good. I have to make sure I support Master so she doesn't overexert herself. Now this is awkward. I didn't want you to see me like this. I've been doing what I can to resist the twilight, but it looks like I overdid it. Don't worry, I'll be fine once I get some rest. Apparently, someone wandered in through the barrier recently. From what I hear, she's a little mysterious, but not a bad person. Perhaps I'll go and say hello and welcome her to the neighborhood. You have to resist the great twilight. This is no time to be lying around. I need a little rest first, but I suppose I'd better get back to work afterward. But I wasn't too serious, but the spirit veins aren't looking good. I have to make sure I support Master. I'm guessing Rose would probably be in the atelier. We also have the other general goods store. Numeric. Yo. Hello and welcome to Limerick. Is there a reason you're buried in books? Oh, don't mind me. Ever since the mastermind behind all this was revealed, I've been going over the history books. I never would have thought the Ebon Knight was lurking behind all those incidents. However, if I reproach these documents with that fact in mind, I can easily understand what the gnomes are thinking. I can feel my doubts and questions melting away. Wow, that's great. Would you happen to know if any new information has turned up yet? As a matter of fact, yes, in regards to the completion of the Great Twilight. The Black Workshop is entirely unfit for this purpose since it's cut off from the spirit veins, so they must have taken some special measures to fix that. And in contrast, we're trying to come up with a plan to strike that point. I see. Indeed, this is thanks to you all activating the Spectral Moon Mirror. I'm truly thankful. Ashen Awakener, Children of Thors, take care of yourselves and the rest of your journey. We will, thank you. I've been looking over the old histories to try to reduce the gnome's next move. It's been a bit rough working through the day and nights, but there's this thing called soda that girl left here. I have to say, it's really put a spring in my step. Now that I know where she's at, maybe I should order some next time. Good old caffeine. Sounds like Jingo's been carrying some good traits here. Seems like nothing new, unfortunately. Man, what time is it currently? It's 12:38. I should probably make myself some lunch. I'll handle talking people in the villages, then I'll take a break for a while so I can make myself some food. I'm exhausted. Won't someone bring me something meaty and some juice and sweets while they're at it? He's really taking it easy, huh? Well, a short rest can't hurt. I do have some jobs to take care of. I was going to pop out in a bit. Besides, some carefully focused loveliness over a short period of time will help me restore my mana. That's certainly rather skilled of you to manage in a way. Apparently, some strange person wandered into the village. Well, it's probably fine to leave them be. Looks like they're with Thor's. Besides, I need some carefully focused slovenliness to help me restore my mana. And then we could just pop right into the inn. Hey Beryl, how's it going? Got a pretty unusual customer in here the other day. I mean, it's not often that people just wander into the village, but a guess. She said she's an old friend of yours from Thor's. We'll be sure to show her our best hospitality. Oh. Don't worry, your friend will be fine. We'll show her some good old-fashioned earned hospitality. I had a feeling you were here in Erin. I'd give a lot to know why, though. She claimed she got lost in the woods and simply ended up here. Walked right through the barrier and into the village like it was nothing. Sorry to surprise you all like this. Ever since I heard the legends of a hidden land somewhere in Isthmia, I've been dying to see this village for myself. It was a tough journey, but now here I am. With Beryl, I feel like trying to make sense of things only makes things more confusing. Is it even worth trying to ask you for more details at this point? I simply follow where my destiny guides me. I don't understand. There should be no way for a normal person to get through the barrier on their own. The teleportation stones may still be a little off kilter. We should probably look them over one more time. A wise decision. I sense an ill wind blowing in this village's direction. I fear what the future may hold. Is that so? She sure is a strange one. So long as you're here, Beryl, try not to cause any trouble. I wouldn't dream of it. The Hexen clan and I are just fellow seekers of truth in a universe of mysteries. How is she the weirdest thing in this village? The teleportation stone may still be a little screwy. We should probably look it over one more time. Sounds like you were put through quite the rigmarole with your trial at the Spectral Moon Mirror. But now we have to have a read on the situation. The Gnome's betrayal, the Divine Knight's battles, and the fates of Rose's dear old friends. It's all thanks to you. Take a break and rest today. You've earned it. Rose looks positively exhausted. Well, it's nothing that serving her up one of her favorite dishes, a hearty helping of meat, can't fix. While I'm here, I'll go ahead and give her a report about this girl here having shown up, too. Take a break and rest today. You've earned it. Nothing really new. I should probably just hang on to stuff in case I need to mix them all together in the late game to make something. Hey, Beryl. Oh, come now, there's no need to be shy. You want me to perform in your little drama, yes? That's right. Nothing ever slips past you, Beryl. You saw right through us, huh? Of course you don't have to if you don't want to. No, I don't mind. Fate must have guided you to me. Under one condition. Seeing that I finally managed to reach this village, I'd care to return as soon as all of this is finished. Of course. If you're ready, we can all head back to the Courageous 2 right now. Ah, so I was last on your list. Interesting. Very well. Let's see how all this plays out. Beryl agreed to perform. Are we getting dragged there? Oh boy. Reen and the four replacements gathered at Radio Trista and leaves. Once the script had been read and the cast received directions, the recording began. I'm looking up the guide. Found it. That didn't take very long. I knew it. Okay. Alright, on to the next scene. It's still pretty early on, when reporter Rui first approaches Noon. She might be with Nani's twin sister, but she's got a hidden agenda. Hey Noon, you're looking as serious as ever. It's been a while since you've seen Nani, right? Why don't I patch you up instead? That's my cue. Option. Drop the flirty act as the second choice. In exchange for the information you've got, of course. I see how it is. You're on that side this time around, huh? And that's a wrap. That was perfect. You guys work perfectly together, bringing out the best of both the lead and the heroine. It's still just the opening act, Monk. A baddie at the start who goes on to play a major role. This is a pretty sweet gig. Next, first choice. Okay, this next scene is near the end of the first half. Nguyen found a code and goes to consult the librarian, Hine. His colleague, Act, appears. They don't get along, but they respect each other professionally. Let's take it from Hine's response after saying goodbye. They appear to be only colleagues, but there's an unbreakable trust between them that can withstand any clash of their fiery attitudes. Sorry, it was just so touching. The wellspring of my heart was overflowing with emotion. I have to get it together. Pull yourself to... Like, is there even a correct... Like, there's one real option. Pull yourself together and continue. Ahem. You were asking about the decryption, yes? It seems that the language of ancient Sumeria is the key. Thanks for coming back to your senses. Would you mind giving me the specifics? And that's a wrap. That was absolutely perfect. You guys work perfectly together, bringing out the best of both the lead and the heroine. I'm so glad I managed to rein myself in. Good job, Dorothy. What's going to happen if things get more intense? This is the second half. Nguyen has survived Axe attack and has to rely on Velvet for help. She's a mysterious fortune teller he's encountered several times before. Now she says... The crystal ball and the tarot cards hint at a single possibility. Who is behind this incident and why they caused it? Now for the next bit. First option. Confirm with Nguyen with a touch of sadness. Nguyen, I think you of all people should know. It's Act, isn't it? You wouldn't bother lifting a finger to help someone unless you respected them. For something like this, the list is very small. The culprit here must be... And that's a wrap. That was perfect. Why do they have the same dialogue for each one of these? A woman of mystery shows a little compassion. That's why the big reveal is so dramatic. This is the climax. The government has declared martial law in the capital. Someone was pulling the strings, and now she moves to enact a plan to defeat the Chancellor. Conversations unfolds between Nguyen, who's made it in time somehow, and Selma, who possesses a demonic sword. I will throw my own life away for the sake of this kingdom's people. If I don't, the kingdom will fall to the crown princess and the Chancellor. Our dearest hope, the second princess, will be lost to darkness. I can really relate to her in this case. Be calm and thrust the blade. Step aside, Nguyen. Do not make me hurt you. I see. Resolve is to see this through is indeed impressive. In that case, I'm even more prepared to stand my ground. And that's a wrap. That was absolutely perfect, yeah. I ignored the curse of the demonic sword, so was it really alright? I think in these circumstances it was fine. Wow, just what I would expect from Metal. And those are the correct answers. That give me 2 extra AP. Great work, everyone. I loved listening to it. No, thank you. We'll be able to finish it with this. Edel, Beryl, Dorothy, Vivi, you're all great. Sigh. I wish you guys would join the show as regulars, but... Gosh, Monk, it's just like you to get carried away like that, but I guess it does feel great to get complimented. Might not be too bad if such an opportunity rose again. Yes, I'm looking forward to Nguyen and Axe's deepening relationship after all. After I've seen the hands of fate play out, I may help once more. You mentioned that the broadcast date is only 4 days off, right? I'll be asking Director Michael to look things over before signing off on the broadcast. I'll have to get the editing done today. I'm really fired up for this. Dorothy and Vivi went back to the Courageous 2 ahead of the others. Edel also boarded the ship before returning to Lemaire. And Beryl returned to Earn Village through unknown means. Huh. Mysterious. We got Epic Bell. Unity ring increased. This will be my masterpiece. And it wouldn't have happened without you, Reen. Honestly, I don't know how I'll feel hearing my voice over the radio like that. Don't say that. You gotta listen in, Reen. Please? Everyone's always doing so much. Now it's my turn to step up and contribute. Alright, let's get cracking. I'm finally free from stupid questions about when the program's gonna be back on the air. I'm a little excited for the action, honestly. I can't wait. But don't you think Monk's overdoing it a bit? If he overworks himself at a time like this, I'm the one who's going to have to deal with everything. Maybe I should hide some of the not-important stuff so he can't overdo it. He didn't contact me, so I thought he went off somewhere and died. He was fine the entire time, and he was just working? He's so stupid, he could have just told me. So I guess if Edel went to somewhere in Lemaire, she's no longer at the branch campus Storm. Yep, she is gone. And nothing is listed as new, so yeah. Let's see, did we do all the quests? Or do we still have more quests to do? We still have a Herculean task. So, go to Ordis for that quest. We'll eventually get there. I guess I will drop back to the Courageous, do some dialogue, and then we'll call it for a few hours. Maybe closer to like hour and a half. Well, Dorothy, welcome back. Hello, Reen. You all got together to record a radio drama, right? Sounds like it was a lot of fun. I'd love to hear more about what happened behind the scenes. Honestly, I was mostly concerned with keeping myself calm and under control, so I'm not exactly confident about how my acting turned out. I have to admit, Monk knows how to put together a good script. It was worth it to help me get out of my creative slump. I'm more inspired than ever to start writing again. Good, that's what I'd like to hear. Monk's not the only creative one around here. Time to take this excitement and turn it into a brand new world-shaking manuscript. Good, that's what I like to hear. Oh, so they have unique dialogue now. I'm guessing Vivi has some unique dialogue too. Nope, Vivi isn't even here anymore. Where'd she go? It said she was still on the ship, but nothing's listed as new anymore. But, yeah. We'll just, save here then. And, I'll be back after I grab myself some lunch.